Day 7 of the master cleanse. Many people are cranking right now. They're starting, their bodies loosening up, and fluids are starting to move the way they're supposed to, because the lymphatic channels are opening and everything is starting to come together. And I want to give a shout out to Marcus Davis. He was 11-0 in the UFC back in the day, and I met, he was from Bangor, so one of my friends used to film him, so I got to meet him a few times, and he was an amazing guy. Not was, is an amazing guy. It's not selling short here. He's still alive. All right, so we're going to do Qigong. This time we're going to do free flow Qigong. We're going to do some breath work. Now, I had filmed this earlier, but I couldn't do the Qigong. Hopefully this isn't going to be too bad with the wind. Doubled up on the windsock today. And we're going to be talking about the lymphatic pump, or pumps. That was a trivia question that I had. And I'm going to show you what that is. And when you see it, you're going to go, oh yeah, well, yeah, that makes sense. So, let's start with I kind of wanted to finish something up that I had started the other day in my last video, day 6 it was. This is day 7. You know, part of the reason that everything is crumbling in the whole world is the banking system, because they control everything. Them and insurance companies, but banks are insurance companies. So one of the things that's happening is all these trillions of dollars that everybody's, that they're putting out for the bailout, or whatever you want to call it, that's going to corporate America. And most of them, especially the stock market and the insurance companies, they haven't lost a dime. They're making more money than ever, because they get paid a percentage for what they trade in the stock market. And they're getting billions of dollars in relief. And that's one of the reasons the stock market's going up. They're getting flooded with cash from the government, and that debt is going on our back. They're walking away scot-free with billions of dollars added to their profit. It's all profit. And the sick part is they don't have to pay it back. We do. That's why they want to raise the taxes. The Democrats want to raise the taxes 3 times what it is right now. And I bet you'll find it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican. They're all the same people. That's one of the biggest problems. They're all arguing and fighting with each other over who's going to get the biggest piece of the pie. And that piece of the pie is coming from us. And we don't have any say in it whatsoever. People got, I guess they got $600. I don't know. I didn't get anything because I don't want anything. When you look at the people who are taken care of by the government, there is a hand behind their back that has so much control in it. Because once they get you addicted to that money coming in, all they do is threaten to take it away. And no matter what they want you to do, you're going to lose your income if you don't do it. So get out there, build a community, start looking at things, and hopefully this window's too bad on this. And live life. We don't need a 52,000 square foot mansion with 8 bathrooms and 25 bedrooms and great rooms, and we just need to live. And our government is making sure that we can't do that, because they're throwing a debt load on us that I don't know that we could pay it back. So when I talked about the housing contract yesterday, and they have us refinance, so they get like $700-800 to refinance. You get a lower interest rate. Yippee, right? And that contract goes into a pile of contracts. Now when I say a pile of contracts, It's not paper. They photograph it and they send it through emails with thousands of these contracts. And what happens to your contract that you wrote? Gets destroyed. That's what they're not telling you. And in law, if there is no contract, there is no law. Because that print that they sent over there, even though it has your signature, it's not your signature. It's a copy of your signature, and it's not legal. So every time that they send out a contract to do that, well, this wind is really going in that way. Maybe I should move my position here. Anyway, if you're getting a lot of wind noise, let me know, okay? So, they destroy the contracts. And like I said, if there is no contract, there is no law. They cannot make you pay for something if they don't have a legally bound contract with your name on it in blue ink. Never sign a contract in black ink. Blue only. That is your signature. And when they make a photocopy, it's black and white. Or it's a black ink, right? So it's not a legal contract. So millions and millions of people every so often are redoing their contracts, and in so that contract, the real contract, the paper, is destroyed once they take a picture of it. And they're sending digital copies around the world, and it goes from this bank to this bank, and that bank's doing the same thing over there, and this bank over here. They're all doing the same thing. Well, they've run out of ways because people can't afford to do it anymore. And they're already at 0% interest. So there isn't a lot of room there for them to fluctuate. They have shot every bullet in their arsenal. And now they want us to pay for that. They don't want us to. They're forcing us to, because we don't even know they're doing it. We're over here watching this bullshit going on over here that has a 99, you get that? 99% rate of recovery. I think I mentioned in another video, if I had $1,000 in my hand right now and I said, I'll bet you that you can achieve what I'm going to ask you, 99% chance that you will win this $1,000 and a 1% chance that you won't be able to do it, would you take that bet? Well, welcome to the situation. Right here, we're staring at something that is killing people. But we don't know what it is because it's actually illegal around the world. It is illegal to do an autopsy on a body that died of coronavirus. Think about that. And we know OSHA, FDA, and the FDA have put out for years that masks don't do anything. Not in that situation. But while we're focused on this over here, they're doing all this destructive stuff over here and giving trillions of dollars away that are going on our backs. And they have no intention of stopping. So our incomes are going this way, and our debt is going this way. Now imagine in your budget, if this is happening to you, your debt is going up and your income is going down, you can't sustain that. So that's kind of what's going on in the background there. But I wanted to make sure that I shared that about the contracts. If there is no contract, if you call the bank and you say, can you show me the original contract? It goes for creditors too, by the way. They're third party. You do not have a contract with anybody in third party. They'll tell you, oh no, well, I bought this from the bank. No. If they don't have a contract with your name on it, it's not legal. If you go to court, you will pay. because the court will turn a blind eye on that. Some of this stuff just pisses me off so bad. But we have to understand what's going on so that we can protect ourselves. So hopefully you will do that. But the whole idea is when somebody calls, can I see the contract? Well, no, but there is no contract, right? They can't show it to you. And because they can't show it to you, if you do go to court at that point, say there is no contract, they'll probably make you pay anyway. But most people, especially if it's third party, they won't pursue you because there's so many people that don't know. They'll go after them and they'll leave you alone. And if you don't have a job and they take you to court, whoever took you to court is going to be in big shit with the court, because you are there to pay and they are there to collect. And if you don't have anything to give them because you don't have a job, they will be in big, big, big trouble. So, anyway, let's get to breathing and Qigong. I just wanted to make that clear. So we're going to do some breath work first. And the Qigong we're going to do free flow Qigong this time. We'll start out with a regular Qigong exercise, and then we're going to go into this free flow, because it's not about how I move. I'm just showing you that you can, I'm showing you how to move, but I want you to move the way your body moves. Because it's not about me, it's about you. And that's why I'm doing this. So the breath work we're going to do today is a real simple one. It's going to be slow. And it's going to be through the nose, out through the nose. And we're going to cover, I'm going to do it this way. Normally I do it this way, but it's so hard for you to see what I'm doing. I'm just going to do it this way, okay? And we're going to breathe in through the nose on this side. Hold it for a second. Plug the other side. Breathe out. We're going to do 5. And then when you do it, you can do 10, you can do 20, you can do whatever you want to do. But this will help you calm down. It'll help open up these nasal passages. It made my nose tickle when I did that. So, you ready? 1, 2, and get down into the abdomen. You want these breaths deep. Now, we're going to breathe through this side and out this one. Hopefully that's not the one I just did. I get confused sometimes. That's a great exercise. Helps open up the channels for people that have congestion in their sinuses or in their nose. Another thing you can do is, and I did this yesterday, but I'll do it again. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. And then you rock your body and you don't breathe for as long as you can. When you're forced to take a breath, you take it through the nose. Now this will work for people who have congested nasal passages. People that do not have congested nasal passages, this won't do so much for them. So just keep it in the back of your mind as a tool if you have nice clear sinuses, for people that you may meet that have congested sinuses. You do this like 5 minutes, back and forth, you know, breathing, rocking back and forth, and it'll clear up a lot of stuff that's going on up in the sinuses. produces a lot of really cool chemicals. Okay, let's drop this thing down, do some free flow Qigong. First thing we should do is just kind of shake things up. This is something I've been doing because I'm looking to move certain muscles that you don't normally move, and I'm trying to make them shake so that if there's any density in that flesh or in that muscle or in that tissue, that it will start to shake it loose. So one of the things I do, if you can see my feet here, so one of the things I do is I shake my knees like this, and it makes the inside of your thighs and the back of your legs go crazy. And if you can only do 3, do 3. And then you want to get your butt shaking. And a good way to do that is to just shake like this. And you can shake your hands. You just want to get your whole body moving. This under here gets kind of weak tissue every once in a while. Well, just shake it. You get that tissue loosened up. You get the flow back through it. So a lot of times when I'm doing this, I'll get out of rhythm, right? And all of a sudden I'll be doing this, so I just go to this. And it gives this a rest because it's tight. So it gives it a rest. And then I do this again, and then I do this. And you can do this watching video. That's the coolest part. Just stand up. Okay, we're going to do some Qigong. And we're going to go into free flow Qigong, which is, you may find yourself doing this. Just move the way your body wants to move. I do a lot of energy stuff, like if I make an energy ball, and one thing that you want to do when you're doing this, palm of your hand, right here, and right here. This activates the energy centers in your hands. And then you take your left hand and put it on your heart, and your right hand, and just kind of hold your fingers down like this, and just touch the crown of your head. You may get a jolt when you do that. I do. I can't leave it there very long, or it'll really get crazy, the energy running through my body. So then we're going to make an energy ball. And when we get that ball, just imagine that it's growing. It's getting bigger. If you can't make one yet, just keep doing it. It'll happen. If I was there, I could actually jump start you by putting your hands here and mine over, and it would actually build an energy ball in your hands. So if you know somebody and you're having a hard time, you know somebody that makes energy balls, have them give you a jump start. It's energy. It's your energy. And you're just not in tune with it yet. So a lot of my movement, I try to maintain that ball even when I push out to the side. And you're moving blood and lymph right now. And I'm going to show you why most of the lymph, the pumps, where they are and how they work. So you may find that you want to do this, you want to scoop way down, right? And you want to go out this way, and you want to go back that way. And it's endless what you can do. You can come up here and let the energy wash down over your body. The thing is, when you're here, this charges your heart. You're coming back, and that energy ball is crossing your heart. And it's helping to open it up. I mean, there's so many things that you can do, and you don't have to just do the way your body naturally moves. If you have one side that's weaker than the other, just do the best you can with that side. It's not a big deal. You can twist, you can turn. But you want to involve the whole body. As the feet are moving, you want to stay on the ball of your foot back and forth. Even if you just did this, you know, the sumo wrestlers, they get in, this is the iron horse stance, right? And they bend over and they pick their foot up like this. And if you've ever done this, I gotta tell you, it is a lot tougher than it looks to maintain that. This is about balance. Standing on one foot, you know, and putting your hands over your head. This is tightening core muscles in the body, which helps you maintain your balance. And you know, you can move, you can do whatever you want. And if you're tippy and you're moving, doesn't matter. What matters is you're helping these muscles. They're showing you that they're weak and that they need to be strengthened. That's all it is. And if you do this, even if you have to hang on to something, a chair or something, while you're doing some of these exercises, then hang on to a chair. But as time goes by, it'll be less and less, and then it'll be one finger on that chair while you're doing these exercises, while you're doing this Qigong. You know, don't be afraid to put your hands up and to jump. Now, how the lymphatic system actually works, I'm going to raise this up. I just did this chart today for this video, actually. You see that circle? That's your lymphatic pump. You have a left lymphatic pump and a right lymphatic pump. And I will post this so you can see it all here. I think you can get it all in there. So that's your lymphatic pump. That's 80%. And that's why Qigong is so important. If I can get everything. Dang it. Without everything blowing away here. So what we're doing with Qigong and breathwork and meditation, and we're helping our body move three major things: blood, lymph, and nerve. If any of those are off, then the body is off. So lymph, hydration obviously, and movement, not exercise, movement. Big difference. If you're burning more energy than your body is producing, you're going to run out of gas and you're going to have to stop. Well, you want to produce more energy than you're burning. Qigong, breath work, meditation. When you tip your head back, this was explained to me by a master. Our energy centers, think of them as a CD, right? Well, they're in the body this way as they go down, right? Right up through, right to the head. Well, when you get into meditation, you can actually start spinning like this, and your head will be pulled back. Mine gets pulled back, unbelievable. So when your head tips back, that CD that's this way is now flat, and it pulls all of the other ones in the same direction. They're not like this in the body anymore, they're like this, and the energy can come through the crown, right down through, right into the earth, and from the earth right back up through, and it can flow freely through the body. And that is part of what meditation and breath work is about. It opens up those channels so that it can do that. So when we are in meditation and we've allowed the mind to shut off, not the mind, the brain to turn off, and the mind opens, the mind is the field. You are the field. Even the brain sends information to the field and back to you. I've gone over that in other videos. And the reflection back to you is the collective consciousness. Now, either you agree with that collective consciousness or you don't agree with it. Like what's going on right now, it's the big divide between the people. Some people are so paralyzed by it that they can't even think straight anymore, because when you are in fear, thought, wisdom, knowledge goes out the window, because the sympathetic side of your body, your nervous system, turns on, and all or most of the blood runs to your limbs, because you either got to fight, run, hide. I mean, that's part of your, if you want to call it, safety mechanism. Well, you can't live out there, and that's where most people are. And that's what's happening with the media today. They're turning on the sympathetic nervous system by scaring the crap out of people. So we need to turn that stuff off. We don't want it, we don't need it. I was talking the other day in a video. If the media said today that this was over, within 72 hours, most people would be back to normal. But they're not. It's 24/7. Flood destruction, lightning destruction, fire destruction, murders, chaos, 24/7. And that's going in here, and it's affecting how you live and feel. You're in fight or flight all the time. You're not digesting food properly, you're not breathing properly, you're not moving. And they know that. This shuts down your immune system. And that's why the second wave is going to be so devastating, is everybody's immune system, not everybody, but most people's immune systems are completely trashed by now. They're shallow breathing, they're not hydrating, they're worried all the time. You know, when somebody sees you without a mask, you're not even sick, and they see you without a mask and they panic. Those are the things that we have to realign ourselves to. That it's okay. I understand your fear. Just don't try and put it on me, because it isn't going to come to me. You want to send it to the person down the street and they're willing to accept it, go for it. But you have no room in my life here. You take your fear and you hit the damn highway. They don't even understand. It's actually more than a 99% survival rate. Mind-blowing. But the media and the henchmen who are making this happen, and I believe they're just the puppets on the strings of somebody else. And who that is, who the hell knows? Because who has enough power to shut down the world? Who has enough power to shut down churches and all the stuff they're doing? I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't really care. I just know they're not coming in my house. My house is my heart and my ability to think. And they have no room in my life. They can take their fear and shuffle on down the road if they don't want to listen. And I'll tell you, when you're in fear, you're in a warrior state. And you cannot reason with somebody in the warrior state, because all they want to do is fight or be afraid. And those are the things that we're looking at. And the more intense it gets, and it's going to get really intense, we haven't even started yet. We're on the edge of this. Is going to go on for years. They're not going to let up. And we, as individuals, have to start taking charge of our health and our life, because they sure as hell are not. They haven't been, and they're not gonna, because there's no profit in health. There's no profit when people don't have jobs. So they're just creating money, giving it to the people that would be sucking it out of your wallet anyway and putting it in theirs. They're just creating it on the backside while everybody's over here paying attention to this. They're changing the laws that we're going to live by. They're changing everything. And that's why we have to be adjustable. We need to keep our eyes open and not be afraid of it. We need to learn from it. We need to adjust as best we can, because I'm not even sure they know what they're doing. This is a form of hypnosis. And they're using the media to set the spell. And that's another thing I didn't cover yesterday too, when I was talking about the movies and Merlin. The wand, and this is the wand they used in The Hobbit or whatever that was. That's from the holly tree. It's wood from the holly tree. And Merlin moved to Hollywood. And they cast spells with the movies they make. That's why they're so emotional. And the more emotional you are at the movies, the better that director is. The better those actors are. But they are actually forming things in your mind, making you, or influencing you, to move in that direction. Like superheroes. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but they're talking about what they want to inject into us will make some people, will give some people superpowers. Okay. Might, may, could. Superpowers. Those are lies. What the hell is in a vaccine that would give you a superpower? You ever see anybody running around with superpowers that gets flu shots and all this stuff? Because I don't. So those are the things, you know, it's the observer that sees that. If you get into it and you get lost in it and you're electromagnetically charged by one side or the other, and you can be, but it's best to be in the middle. Then you're looking at both sides objectively as an observer, and you walk to the side you want. That's perfectly fine. Nobody, that's not a issue at all. But to be charged by it and attack the other side, that's where the problem comes in. That's why we're fighting. And the people over here yanking the chain of fear, the chain of suppression, the chain of self-doubt, the chain of whatever it is, they're flushing our souls down the toilet. And we need to stand up inside ourselves and take them back. I saw a bumper sticker. It was one of my wake-up calls. I saw a bumper sticker. I was in New Hampshire, and it said, "Man, it must be tough going through life with no spine." And I'll tell you, that hit me like a rock in the head. It must be tough going through life with no spine. Because that's what's happening to us. We're so domesticated, we can't do anything anymore. We need permission to do everything. And the truth is, we don't need permission to do anything. But we have to stand up and be accountable for ourselves in the face of fear, in the face of those who would punish us for not doing what they say, even though what they're saying is not a law. Because none of this stuff is lawful. It's awful and unlawful. That is why we need to stand up inside ourselves, get our breath under control, get our hydration under control. Tomorrow I'm going to do, it'll be day 8. I'm going to do things about the teeth that most people don't even know. But every dentist knows. But do you think they'd tell you? Nope. I have had horrifying experiences with dentists. It's like, and then there are some awesome ones out there. I ended up with a great dentist, Dr. Fessler. And I talked about him in another video. Him and I were Harley riders together, and Guy was like a magician when it came to working on your teeth. It was almost painless. It was unbelievable. And speaking of magicians, why do you think there's magic on every show now? Because they're training you to fall for illusion. Because that's what it is. It's illusion. Well, he was in that box and now he's behind me. How did he do that? Oh my God. Well, it's diversion. Here we are over here, and we get these things on, and we've lost our voice, and we're supposed to be sheeple, and we're supposed to do exactly what we're told, even though none of it is legal. And while we're over here watching the sleight of hand over here, they're behind us, ripping us off like crazy. And we need to be in the middle, and we need to look at this side, and we need to look at that side. And if you want to go that way, go that way. If you don't, then you're over here. That's perfectly fine. But don't be trying to force your fear on me, because I ain't taking it. I've never taken people's fear. And hopefully, I've never given them fear. Probably when I was young, I did. Because I was into this for a long time. And what is this? It's fear. This is gladiator stuff, right? Why do you think that sports was taken off the air and the first thing that came back was the UFC? It's gladiators, man. They don't even have an audience. It's spectator sport for us to see, to entertain us while we're locked in our homes, but it's also social programming. I just saw, well, I didn't see the movie, but I saw a clip from, Kevin Costner is in this movie. And this guy marries their daughter, and they have a child, and they leave and they go to another state. Well, they go to the other state to take their daughter back. And the family won't give them back. And I don't know what happens after that, but I know one thing. There was a big fight. And one of Kevin Costner's lines is, don't start something you can't finish. You want that child, we're gonna go get it. But if you can't finish it, we ain't going. Well, what the hell is that doing in all this fearful stuff right now? I mean, it's just perpetuating more and more fear, and you ain't taking that from me, and you're not, you know, that is anger. And anger cuts down our immune system because we're in fight or flight. We're angry, right? And it's revenge, and it's all crap projected right into us. Think about every martial art movie is about revenge. You did this to my sister or my wife or my friend or my whatever, right? And now I'm going to make you pay for doing that. That's how all society has been trained, and we need to let that go because it's been programmed into us, and it's not who we are, and that in itself is why we suffer, because we can't let that crap go. And all I'm saying is, you know, when I talk about school and how tough it was and everything, I don't care if you're an A student. I don't care if you love school. There were things that happened in your life on the way up through that left a mark. There was, okay, let me do it this way, because I don't want to mention names, but I saw this personally happen. I can't say I personally saw it happen. I know who did it, and I know that that person's parents was a teacher, and they were a straight A student, and they got 1 B. A B. I never saw a B in my life. One bee. Found him hanging in the closet. Dead. What the hell is going on with that? And believe me, I took plenty of crap from that teacher. And that person did too. But I would never do that to myself because I failed. Well, obviously, because I was a red F student. I'd have been doing something weird every day. I did punish myself a lot, but not like that. This world is sick, and we have to defend ourselves from the opinions of other people. And if we're not willing to do it, we're going to go down with the ship. And we're too good to do that. We're too important. We're infinite. With infinite potential. Brought up in a world of scarcity. Like I said the other day, the only animal, because that's what we are, that lives the way we do is us. You ever see an eagle get a permit to get married? A permit to build their house and have another eagle fly by to inspect it to make sure it's done right? No, they don't even have tools. Birds build incredible nests. No blueprints, no inspectors, no tools. They have a beak, that's it. And they build incredible nests. Look at squirrels when they build their nest up in the trees and the wind's blowing 40, 50 miles an hour and the trees swaying back and forth. How do they do that? Oh, it is a bunch of twigs and some leaves, right? And it's waterproof. We have pulled ourselves so far off in our true selves, we're lost. And we need to get back. And we're going back. And knowing the body and how the body works. You know, that pump in the bottom of your feet, if you're laying in a nursing home, your body's going to go stagnant because you're not moving. You're not getting hydrated. Because they're not giving you stuff to hydrate your body. We're going to cover that in one of these videos because that just drives me crazy. Almost everybody who dies in the hospital dies of thirst. And it is extremely painful. And I'm going to show you what the hospital has written, what the medical system has written about dehydration. It'll make you throw up. It's so insane. But anyway, love you guys. I'm going to get out of here. I know it's been a while. I've been rambling. So do your Qigong. Do your breath work. Just break your pattern. Okay? And you're going to find all kinds of stuff. If you look up breath work online, oh, well, you don't want to do that system. You want to do this system. Well, you don't want to do that system. You know what? Just breathe. Just break your pattern. I don't care if you're breathing through your mouth or your nose or whatever hole you can find to breathe through. And you can breathe to your heart. You can breathe to your pineal gland. You can breathe to your arms, your legs. It's all intention and attention of where you focus when you breathe. And you can feel it go right down there because it's the electrical system that's doing it and is helping it heal. But anyway, like I said, I gotta go. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Later.